Oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on? What is life? How you doing out there? My name is Moran, and welcome back to the pot. I hope you're doing well in life wherever you are. I just hope everything is just going well. I am in the presence of somebody that is very great, very talented. I've been aware of her for a while, but I actually finally had the opportunity to see her perform live with my boy Micah Freeman, and she straight up killed it. And she goes by the name of Kiya Lacey.
Yay.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Can we all just acknowledge the fact that she's wearing a hat that says Vagina Power? Shout out to Vagina Power.
Pussy power.
Shout out to the Vagina Power, man. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into you, because you are really dope, and I really feel like you have a lot to offer musically. So you're originally from Nashville.
Yes.
So,
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Nashville, Tennessee. How did Nashville inspire you to become musically inclined? Like, were you listening to 3 6 Mafia, Young Buck, daggone country music? What?
Everything. I listen to everything. I love that I'm from Nashville because it is Music City.
Right.
It's not like that known for putting on actual artists, but you're around so much music all the time. Like, we're known for country, but country is also like taking from R&B and jazz chords, and being musically inclined and affects like the way that I think about music and the way that I go about my melodies. Like, I could do a song that might be considered trap or more R&B pop, but I have that background of Nashville and being surrounded by amazing songwriters, musicians. It kind of helped me. I don't know. It helped me, like, it was my artistry and not just being just like hitting 4 notes. Like, it helped me expand my knowledge of music.
Word.
So, yeah.
That's cool. Well, how long have you been in Atlanta?
2015. I moved here October 2015.
Word. So what was it that made you say, forget everything, I'm coming to Atlanta? Were you in college?
Yes, it's crazy.
Really?
It's so dramatic. I was at Belmont University. I was an entertainment industry studies, music business minor. And things were picking up for me in Nashville, but I was feeling kind of like stuck. Like, I feel like what more can I do here besides playing for the same crowds? Like, it's a lot different from Atlanta. There's like...
Word.
There's different crowds, but I know everyone in every crowd. Like, it's not that big. It's not like, oh, small town, country town. It's not that at all. But it's not like we don't have multiple scenes of people you can really get out to. And I felt like I was kind of getting there. And it's like, okay, everyone knows my set. In whichever order I do my songs, like, everybody really loves me here. And I love that support, but I needed a challenge. Also, I was going through depression, a lot of like...
Depression?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was just dealing with stuff like, just trying to find my identity as an artist. Like, if you really think about it, and now that social media is here, everyone's an artist, and you think like, dang, there's so many of me's, and when I'm asleep, somebody else is working harder than me, or somebody else is, and you deal, as a woman in music, you deal with insecurities, like, oh, she's more fit than me, or
Really?
she looks like this, or her hair is like this, and within the industry, like, it is kind of shallow now, especially with social media. Like, you have to have a certain look, and your aesthetic has to be super appealing, even if your music isn't there. Like, you get more traction on your social media, and if people feel like that's success now. So I was going through a lot of just trying to figure out who I am and what my purpose was, and I was like, I'm gonna get away. This is not too far though. It's only like 3.5 hours, 4 hours away.
Yeah.
My grandfather had passed. My grandmother lives here, so I was like, I'll stay with her. Get some bonding time with her, get some support from her, learn a lot. I learned a lot about my grandfather when I was living with her. He was really into jazz music, so he had a record collection, and I feel like that kind of helped with my writing too. So I decided to move up here, and I took a risk.
No risk, no reward though, right?
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I don't really know what Atlanta can do for me. And it wasn't like, I'm going to go to Atlanta and that's going to make me pop. And it was just like, I needed to remove myself from my comfort zone of Nashville and just see what it's like to build myself in a new city and expand my brand. I don't feel like your location really affects your come up. It does in a way, but you can't rely on it. Like, I'm going to move to LA and follow my dreams. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, a lot of people have that idea that that's how it works. But I came here to work hard, so
yeah. Well, you definitely have been doing that.
Yeah.
So, how would you say Atlanta's been treating you thus far?
Great.
Really?
I love the support. All the artists here are really friendly, and I love that. It's competitive, but it's also challenging and inspiring. India Shawn was one of the first artists to kind of reach out to me through social media and just be very supportive. I opened up for her. That was one of my first shows here after I did Afro Punk Battle of the Bands here. That was my very first show here, and other artists like Bosco, like she held me when I did her mood ring show here, and that was
Dope.
super awesome. The community here just seems more inviting, and people are not afraid to support. It's
Word.
not like, oh,
When you said more inviting, was it hard like that in Tennessee? Like, was it
not
beefs
for
with-
me, because I'm slick a OG. Like, even though I'm young, I'm 21, but like I am a part of creating that Nashville creative culture.
Word.
So it wasn't like I didn't.
So you
really,
a pioneer.
Yeah, I didn't really have to
Word.
fight for that. Really, I worked for it, but I didn't like have to push my way through anybody or trying to like, it was just like I was creating and doing something that hadn't been done really in Nashville before for my lane.
Really?
Whereas when I came to Atlanta, there were people who are similar to me and like in my lane, but they were very inviting and very supportive. And you want to do the show together? We're gonna open for me. Like, let me introduce you to this producer, this photographer. So I like that a lot about Atlanta. Nashville's getting there. I participated in a show called Elevate Nashville
Okay.
to kind of help with that culture. Like, we need to support each other. We have to buy each other's music, come to each other's shows so that we can let people know that Nashville has a scene.
Yeah.
But Atlanta's been very welcoming. Shout out to Work Crew. They've given me a lot of show opportunities and supported everything I've done. So
That's what's up. So earlier you harped on the fact that, you're a woman and there are some insecurities that come with being in this industry. Do you come across a lot more insecurities now that you're starting to really build that fan base and following and get more looks?
I feel like I'm harder on myself. My insecurities have kind of gone. That came with just being young. I started pursuing a career in music at 15. So just being young and not really knowing like, it was just being young. Like I wanted to look a certain way. I wanted to act a certain way. I wanted to have certain things that I didn't have. And I feel like I'm a lot less insecure. I'm growing in my confidence, and that can be shown within my music as well. I'm pushing boundaries more as far as my style and I don't know. Social media, like I said earlier, social media really affects like that, and that's what women who do anything, not just music. Like you start to compare yourself. Oh, she looks like this, or she has 3,000 likes and views, and it's like, dang, do I have to show more to get more attention so people can listen to my music more? Like it really does. It comes down to that.
So if you could say anything to, I guess, inspire, I guess, any women that are going through any type of insecurities, what would you say to them?
Take a step back from social media. Do things for yourself. I just try to find my purpose in other people, not just men like my friends, or I like to do stuff for people. So take some time to do something for you. Find happiness in yourself. Enjoy being alone. Your journey is not like anybody else's. Your time will come when it needs to. That's something I really dealt with hard. Like I saw a lot of people that are pop now and where they were before, and it's just I watched their growth, and it's like, dang, like when is my opportunity coming? And you can't really compare your journey to other people. It all happens for a reason. And I was thinking about this the other day, like I am kind of grateful some of the opportunities I'm getting now weren't given to me then, because I wasn't ready. Like I wasn't ready vocally. I wasn't ready as a performer. I wasn't ready in any aspect of my artistry. I was not there. And so now that I am, it's like these blessings are coming because I worked for this and I had to grow as an artist and get experience. So just be aware of patience. And if you're spiritual, be aware of God's timing, because that shit is real. God cuss in the same
It's okay.
sentence of
You
God.
curse. It's okay. You have on a hat that says vagina power. All right. You can't really, it's okay if you curse. So Fell in Love, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes.
What inspired those projects?
Okay.
Who broke your heart?
Right.
Somebody broke your heart? Yo, if you broke Kiya Lacey's heart, you trash. You garbage.
That was like, okay, so I'll start with Fell in Love. I was on Twitter one day and somebody DM'd me and I was like, oh, this is weird. And he was like, oh, I would love to work on music with you. And I never check my DMs. I never really pay attention to that. And I was like, you know what? Let me just try this once and just see what happens. And that ended up being one of the Wonder Twins. They're a duo production team in Nashville. And we did that entire project together. We co-produced it, and they wrote one of the songs with me, which was about my grandparents' love for 45 years. And so it's not really just about heartbreak. It's about the steps of love. So, being young and lustful and in college, like I talk about my experience with guys in college. It's not just one person. It was like a combination of like heartbreaks and love, being young. in Nashville. Oh my God. But I love that project. I feel like I listen to it now and I'm like, this is trash. Like, this has nothing. Like,
really?
Yeah, like, I'm so hard on myself, though. And, like, I have so much music I haven't released and, like, things that people haven't heard yet from me. And I feel like it opened doors for me. Like, it helped put me in some kind of a category. But I don't want people to limit me to just that. Like, people are like, oh, you do slow, like, soothing music. And it's like, I can't wait to, like, really put out everything I want to do. And it all comes with time. I feel like it was a good step for me, introducing myself in the Nashville scene. But yeah, we'll see. I want to come harder. Always come harder. Earth, Wind, and Fire. That was 3 different steps of a toxic relationship. People were like, "Oh, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like the classic group." I'm like, no. It had nothing to do with them. It was just 3 different elements connected to toxic love. So Earth is like the foundation with the person, like letting them know what you want from them, what you expect from them. Wind was the shift, like they're feeling you, but you're not really sure if they love you the same way that you love them. And then Fire is just the lust. And so it kind of goes 360, Earth, Wind, and Fire, toxic relationship. And I know it sounds so sad, but it's also very promising because I'm going through all of this. And I feel like you can kind of tell in my writing as I progress and in the years that are coming that I'm getting more open in my writing. I'm not holding back anymore, and I think that's dope.
Yeah, that is really dope. So who are some of your inspirations?
Pharrell Williams. I love him. Pharrell is my favorite everything, all-time writer, producer.
Dope.
I really, really, really look up to him and his career. I love Kanye West. I've always been a Kanye fan. The Louis Vuitton Don fan. Like, I am a Kanye West fan. I love Kanye.
That's what's up.
I love Sia. She's an amazing writer. If I could work with any writer right now, it would probably be her. But I love to write my own music, so that's very hard. And for me to even say that, it's like, I really respect her as an artist. Esperanza Spalding is my favorite vocalist.
Okay.
Her vocal accuracy is freaking amazing. I love jazz music in general, and I feel like that kind of really gives me a benefit with melodies and the type of music that I'm making because I love true artistry. Like, she's amazing. Who else could I say? The list goes on. The Dream. The Dream is like, oh my gosh. If I could The Dream is crazy.
I know, man. What was that album that he dropped with 10 on it? That turns 10 years this year.
What?
I know. It's crazy. Falsetto turns 10 years.
He just released a project too, and that shit is crazy. And I'm like, where's the hype on this? Like, it's crazy. I've been listening to it a lot. I mean,
we're right here in Atlanta. You need to go holler at him, do something. What you doing? Dream.
The Dream.
Holla at Kiya. What's wrong with you? So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I want to be on tour. Like, my goal for like this year and like the top of next year is to be at least on tour with another artist or on my own tour headlining. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to share my live show everywhere, and I'm not just saying like in the U.S. Like, I want to go to Europe, I want to go to Africa, I want to go everywhere, the Caribbean. I want to be able to share my music on stage. I want to do festivals. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to be touring. Yeah, my focus right now is to tour.
Your focus is to tour.
I feel like people get caught up with, I want to have this many Instagram followers and this much. I want to be good. I want to be good financially. I want to be good spiritually. My health, everything. I want to be good, and I want to be traveling and sharing my music.
That's dope. That's dope. So if you could, last words to just inspire anybody, what would Kiya Lacey say when it comes to chasing your dreams, being inspired? What would Kiya Lacey say to that person that's just trying to be dope?
Come in the club, shaking your dress.
Hey.
Turn your balls and busting these heads. No, I listen to that and I be like getting hyped. Like, I pray and then I listen to Nuck If You Buck. It's like, that's how you need to attack anything in life.
So Nuck If You Buck is...
Nuck If You Buck. No.
Nuck If You Buck is like the Bible. Nuck If You Buck. What else?
Okay, no, let me be serious. Take your dreams seriously. Don't let yourself limit yourself. Don't let yourself get in the way of what your potential could be. Make mistakes. Learn from those mistakes. Try. There really is no rules. Like, we live in a generation where you could really do whatever you want to do. And some people will judge you. Some people will love that you tried something and you did something for yourself. So do what you want. Do what you love. Don't be afraid to share your music and share your art.
Okay, that's dope. Any shout outs? Where can they follow you?
Yes, I am on all social media as Kiya Lacey, KIYALACEY. Yeah.
That's it? That's Kiya Lacey straight or everything.
Yes,
All right.
Kiya Lacey. That's on everything. Follow me on Spotify. Yes. On all streaming sites.
Yes.
All the same. Kiya
And if
Lacey.
you haven't heard Earth, Wind, and Fire, Fell in Love, definitely go put those inside your ears. Very beneficial. But thank you for coming through on the pod. I appreciate you. Shout out to Vagina Power.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Nashville. Shout out to Work Crew. Shout out to everybody out there that, I don't know, gave us a platform to enjoy your stuff. So,
thank you.
Really dope. Happy that you're here, and I look forward to seeing what you got to offer and what's next for you and all that in between. We gonna dap on camera or not? Where we go? Totally was not trying to leave you hanging, I swear.
I'm like,
I bet.